Welcome to Talk of the Town. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Ellen Barrett, and with me now I have Twink Jan McMahon, and she's the Executive Director over at Wisconsin Urban Wood. Thank you so much for being here today.
It's a delight. Thank you for having me.
Love having you here, and I know we were talking a little bit before the show started, and you were kind of telling me what you guys are all about, and so I want to share with our viewers, what is Wisconsin Urban Wood?
All right. Well, Wisconsin Urban Wood is a nonprofit network of for-profit businesses that take local trees that otherwise are sent to the chipper or to firewood, and we make enduring goods out of them.
Oh, wow.
Our priority is for a tree to be growing healthy and strong. They provide so many benefits to us as people and to ecosystems in the urban environment. So the first thing we want them to do is to grow healthy and strong.
Absolutely.
When they can no longer serve in that way, we want to make sure that they live out the rest of their lives as enduring goods, furniture, flooring, art, architecture, anything that you can make out of wood. We take the tree from a log, to making something like this.
Beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my goodness.
The trees that you see that were used there were all grown within 20 miles of right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible and such like, I don't know, that's pretty special, I would think. That's super cool.
It's a wonderful resource.
So I'm guessing that's what kind of makes urban wood so special to begin with, is that it is so local and that connection. Am I right?
It's incredibly local. Let me see. Urban trees make up a friendly green giant of infrastructure around our communities, right? And we know and we love our trees. We walk by them every day, right? Well, we want to make sure that those trees continue to live out their lives, and what they want us to know is that inside their bark is absolutely beautiful wood that you can't get from a traditional source. So if you were to go to a traditional lumber store, you wouldn't find the kind of character and beauty that you can find in urban wood. It just grows differently and has different characteristics.
Interesting. I didn't know that. And how special that, you know, if an urban tree does need to be cut down, you know, construction or different things with diseases with trees, that it can be reused in a way that's beautiful and still part of our lives. That's incredible.
Well, and it's also one of the most sustainable woods you can buy because it grows. It's grown locally, produced locally, and then manufactured locally.
No shipping at other places.
No shipping. So, as opposed to buying wood products from a big box store, where products from there are shipped for thousands and thousands of miles around the globe, and potentially made from questionable sources that we can't guarantee that product is from a sustainable forest.
So let's say, you know, a tree at my apartment complex in my backyard becomes a chair. Walk me through that process. How does that work?
Right? How does a tree become a chair? Well, first, Wisconsin Urban Wood is that network of skilled professionals who are, and each person in the business or network has a professional skill set that we link together to make sure the tree gets from the stump to the consumer at the end. And so if you wanted a chair from your tree, for instance, you would go to wisconsinurbanwood.org and look up an arborist in your area who would be able to take that tree down in a way that preserved the tree for its lumber.
Okay.
Then they would coordinate with the local sawmill, who would cut the wood, not with scissors,
chop it right up.
Saw the wood, and then kiln dry it to preserve its, to stabilize its values. And then it would be moved on to the woodworker who could then fashion the tree, the tree or the wood into something like this beautiful stool here. We work with people who are one-man shops working out of their garage, and all the way up to large businesses with multiple employees. So it really runs the gamut of skills.
What an incredible connection, and just knowing that so many hands have touched this and made this product possible. And I know for me personally, thinking about my parents, there's trees I can think of in our yard that have meant a lot to us, and you want to do something where you can kind of keep it with your family because it's meaningful. So what a great option. Again, this is Twink Jan McMahon with the Wisconsin Urban Wood. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You are absolutely welcome.
Be
Thank
sure to
you.
check them out, and we'll be back with more Talk to the Town right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town, and with me now I have Lauren Miller, and she's the marketing administrator for Kids from Wisconsin. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And this is a really cool organization, singer and dancers and band auditions, which are taking place in February across 5 different cities. So a really interesting topic and great for parents or kids who are involved in those different things if you're watching, something you guys might be interested in. So let's talk about first just the overall history of Kids from Wisconsin and what it's all about.
So Kids from Wisconsin, we are a performing arts nonprofit.
Very cool.
And we were started in 1969, so we're nearing our 49th year.
Wow, almost 50.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Of doing this. And it was created in 1969 for Wisconsin's most talented youth to showcase their music abilities. And we are currently looking for the 2017 bunch, and those kids will tour the entire state all summer long, doing nearly 60 performances, performing for 120,000 people.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
I can't imagine doing that as an adult. These kids have just got to be so insanely talented, and
this is a great stepping stone for a future career in this business.
Yeah, if you are a performer or, a singer, dancer, and looking to make that, hopefully your career someday, which is just crazy to me that, kids think like that. I wasn't thinking like that, but I suppose I was never in that industry, and if it's what you love, that's kind of how your gears work in that field. So that's super, super cool. And I kind of want to know more. I know you kind of just explained what's entailed in that and what the kids get to do, but what do they also get out of being involved in this and performing all summer? Not only, I can see like the career benefits, great jumpstart, but what a great learning experience it's got to be for kids.
So these kids are ages 15 to 20.
Wow.
For some of them, it's getting out of the house for the summer.
Sure.
And for ones already in college, it's a really great idea of what this career could be for them.
Yeah.
If they were to perform on Broadway, to be in a touring group. And then for a lot of these kids, they start out as strangers, and they see each other every day, all summer. They become friends, and then by the end, they are crying. You can't separate them, and they are a very close family.
Very cool. And I like the idea, too, that it takes place during the summer because, if you are going to school or something like that, it's something you can work into your life and, kind of integrate your passions with whatever else you might be doing, whatever place you might be at. And so if people are interested, parents are thinking for their kids or people who are watching, where are auditions taking place for the 2017?
We are all over the state. So on February 19th, you can audition in Platteville. On the 24th, we are in Eau Claire. The 25th, we are in Schofield and Green Bay, so we're hitting 2 cities.
Sure.
And then on the 26th, we are in Milwaukee. All of the times for those auditions and the directions to get to those places can be found on our website, kidsfromwisconsin.org.
I'm just impressed that you memorized all those dates and locations.
It was, I was studying them. I mean, during the marketing, I do type these dates a lot, but you'd be surprised. It's, get them jumbled up. So.
Well, it's nice so that there are those different dates, different locations, so that maybe you're going to be out of town, maybe where you live, or coordinating how you're going to get somewhere for the audition. It gives you a lot of different times and places across the state to be a part of that. And so now that we know kind of when people can audition, what is that process like?
We try to make it as easy as possible. For a lot of the kids who have auditioned before, they say it's the easiest audition that they've done.
Oh, love that.
Which is great, because those college ones are really, I found mine to be stressful. But,
sure.
So you can apply online on our website, and the application is there, and you pick your date and your time and all that. And you go into the audition. Our website tells you pretty much what to perform to be successful, what to wear, when to get there.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, we really set you up for success. And then from there, we decide which 33 kids, and that's 20 singer-dancers, 13 from our our band.
Sure.
And then we also select alternates who are on reserve just in case something does happen and we need someone to fill in. And from there, we then send the music, which you have to have memorized and ready to go come June.
Awesome. So you still got plenty of time too to prepare for that audition. So be sure to check them out over at Kids from Wisconsin. Lauren Miller, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you
This
so
is
much.
Super cool. Awesome stuff. And we'll be back on Talk of the Town here on Wisconsin's 57 right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. As you can see, we have a very decorated set today. It is beautiful and it smells just as great as it looks. So I'm really excited to introduce you guys to our next guests. This is Terry and Jeff Porter and their daughter Selena Johnson. Thank you guys for being with us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you guys are with Deo Gloria Flowers and Gifts, as you can see. It's just some beautiful arrangements out here today. And I want to know more about your business and why it's different than just a regular florist.
Well, Deo Gloria Flowers and Gifts started out as an answer to prayer.
Yeah.
My wife and I wanted to have a business that we could run together out of our own home.
Sure.
And that's when we started back in 1991.
Wow.
And it grew over the years. It started out as we started out as a wholesale business.
Okay.
And then in 2011, we built a brand new building on Main Street in Evansville so that we could also retail. And what kind of makes us a little different is that as a wholesaler, we have the kind of volume that allows us to buy flowers directly from importers in Miami, and we can pass those savings on to the customer.
So I'm guessing then you guys can do different things that a regular florist can't do because you have that access, am I right?
Yes, and one of the things in particular that we do is we can provide flowers for fundraisers.
Oh.
If an organization would like to raise funds, we do this with dance academies, theater groups, high school and college graduations. We provide them bouquets at wholesale and then they resell to people to make money for their organization.
What a cool way to kind of give back to the community and be involved in sharing something so beautiful. It really is. It's awesome. And so I know you kind of touched on this too with the whole process of how everything works, but where do your flowers come from?
Well, the flowers originate, as do most of the flowers you buy anywhere in America, from South and Central America, in particular
Where
Colombia.
it's warmer.
Yep.
Than here right now.
They can grow year-round. That's indeed right, yes.
Very cool.
And the port of entry is Miami, and then from there it can be shipped either by air freight or refrigerator truck anywhere in the U.S.
And something else that I think is really cool about you guys is obviously this is a family business, correct?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, when we started out back in the early 90s, my mother was the bookkeeper. My father helped me to start the delivery business. And then my wife and I would make the bouquets. And then over the years, as the business grew, we hired people. Selena started out in the business at a young age, washing buckets, going on delivery with me. And then when we opened our retail shop, she became our lead designer.
Wow. What a cool just transition, you know, talking about from starting in your home and to having your first storefront, and just super, super cool that you guys can all share in that together as a family.
Thank you, yeah.
Do you guys have any specials going on right now or different things?
Well, let's let our lead designer take care of that.
Perfect.
Yay. Well, right now we do have a special on roses going on. It's they're $1 a stem, which, you know,
Wow.
like my dad said, because we're able to get them wholesale from our importers, then we're able to pass on those savings, excuse me, to customers. And that's a sale that we often have. And then we also have all of our fall or autumnal flowers, and like sunflowers and things like that. Those are all 50% off. So that's something that's really cool.
Awesome. And so let me get that straight. $1 a stem for a rose.
Yes,
So you're talking $12.
for a dozen.
Are you kidding me? Guys, get out there and buy some flowers. You have no excuse, because those can get pretty pricey at times. So that's an incredible deal. Very cool.
Yeah. And the variety changes from week to week.
Awesome.
This week the variety Sophie is a light pink rose.
Oh, beautiful.
Last week
Very,
we had
very
yellow
cute.
roses. I think soon we'll probably be doing, there is a very sweet, a very beautiful rose called Sweet Unique. It's a pink with a hot pink edge, and so.
What a cool way to give a gift to someone who you think is sweet and unique, right?
Absolutely.
Speaks right to them.
That would be a hint. That would be a hint for someone you know.
There you go.
Some of us are more unique than others, but
Unique is a good thing, I think, or at least that's what I tell myself. So if people want to stop by or they want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
the best way is to call us at our phone number. That's 608-882-9190. Or to email us at our email address, deogloriaflowers@gmail.com. Those are the two best ways.
Wonderful stuff. Again, Deo Gloria Flowers and Gifts. Thank you all so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And bringing these beautiful flowers as well. We really do appreciate it. And we'll be back with more Talk of the Town right here on Wisconsin's 57 right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town, and with me now I have Kelly Hopkins, and she's over at Home Elements and Concepts magazine. It's a new magazine that's going to be coming to the Madison area, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Kelly, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. And I want to talk about how this magazine is really going to be different than anything else really in our community. It's going to be home-related content. How is it going to separate itself from other magazines that maybe do something similar?
Well, if you go to the magazine rack in a
Yeah.
grocery store or a bookstore, I mean, you will see lots of choices when it comes to home-related magazines.
Right.
But this one is local, so it will really teach people how to achieve their ideal living space in our market and our community, our climate, using what we have available to us here. So that's very different from anything you'd find in a national home magazine, and 100% about the home.
I love that because that point is so true. You know, whether it be the seasonal changes here, the different colors that people draw from that kind of reflect your environment, it's so unique to each community, and that's something I think you miss out on, or places that you can shop and buy things that you may not have, or that we do have that other places don't. So that's super, super cool.
That's the idea.
And how can people find the magazine, or how can they subscribe?
It is free to the public, so it will
Awesome.
be widely accessible and visible in a lot of high traffic areas where you would normally pick up publications, so grocery stores, libraries, malls. It will also be in more home-related businesses like showrooms, flooring showrooms, kitchen and bath centers, things like that too. So it will be easy to find. It will be out there. And you can subscribe, but it is free. But if someone wants to subscribe to the digital version of the magazine, they can do so, or they can just read the digital version on our website too.
So many different ways to access the information. That's great. And could you give us some examples of just the different content that people can find in the magazine?
It will be a broad range of content, everything from how-tos, DIY information, before and after pieces, photo essays. There will be longer articles that are a little more technical, but there will also be shorter content that's just like tips and trends, new products, things like that.
So a little bit of
A
everything.
little bit of everything.
So why launch this magazine right now?
Well, Madison is growing. You drive around town, you can see lots of building.
Always growing.
But even more so now, I think Madison has always been seen as sort of the place to live the good life.
Yeah.
But I think that's even more true now, and it's attracting a lot of young families, people who want to really make a haven. The world moves pretty fast these days, and I think for homeowners, but renters too, it's really important to make your home yours.
That's me.
Right? To make it yours and a place where you
Totally.
can retreat and unwind and live that good life in Madison.
Absolutely. And I know you mentioned some of the different concepts and ideas that are going to be covered in the magazine. So what other things, or in general, can readers expect to learn when they pick up a copy?
Well, a lot.
Yeah.
Everything from green tips, you know, how to build green, make your home more energy efficient or green. I think that's very important and really resonates with Madison
Absolutely.
people quite a bit. Tips, trends, color schemes, decorating, landscaping, basic things like plumbing, how to hire the best people, how to not waste money, the questions to ask when you're hiring a professional. The content will really be from the professionals. So.
That last part is really interesting to me too, because a lot of times I've found myself in that situation if it's something I don't know a lot about and I don't really know what to ask, and you tend to just go with the first person who pops up on Google or something like that, which doesn't mean they're the best person.
Doesn't mean they're the best, right.
So knowing the questions to ask is really important, and just having those recommendations.
The home is
key.
probably your biggest investment, right, that you're ever going to have. So it's important to know what you're doing when you're making changes or improvements.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so excited for this magazine to come out. It's coming out in January, correct?
Yes, January.
Perfect. So be sure to look for Home Elements and Concepts magazine coming to the shelves in January, or you can look online.
Thanks.
Perfect.
Yep.
Again, Kelly Hopkins, thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome.
And thank you to all of our guests, and thank you for watching and joining us today. You can find us next time only on Talk of the Town on Wisconsin's 57.